I'm no good to research a book and give you feedback, but I've got a secret weapon, and that's laid in my art. And there was a beautiful sister that is a sister, Romenita Barrett, of the Hidden Truth platform. Again, these are brothers and sisters who really do support us on Hidden Truth, brothers and sisters. The sister's always giving. She's always seeing ways that she could help both the school and Hidden Truth and everybody. I was amazed that she's also an author. And I asked Lady Ma'at to research and read the book, and I was blown by the report that Lady Ma'at gave me. And so, brothers and sisters, I've actually asked Lady Ma'at to come onto the show before her main speech tonight, and our sister Romenita. So, Lady Ma'at, Romenita, are you both there? Oh, beautiful
Good
sister.
evening, Brother Andrew.
Good evening.
Evening, Sister Romenita.
Fantastic.
Good evening.
Sister
And thank
Romenita,
you
it's been
so
a
much.
long overdue. Brothers and sisters, show some love for our sister, man. This is your sister, always on the Hidden Truth platform, always showing love. And Lady Ma'at has read this book, and I'm not going to say anything, man, because I just want to sit back and listen to these two break down what this book entails. So, Lady Ma'at, I hand over to you, sister.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Brother Andrew. Good evening, family. Lovely to be back again. And it's lovely to have the honor, actually, to just interview Sister Romenita. I know it's only for a short, brief time, but that's fine. On her book, Sister Romenita, here's my copy right here.
Okay, lovely.
In fact, I haven't read it once, I've read it twice. And I write in all my books, whether they're fiction or non-fiction, because there's certain highlights in there that are so relevant and that jog my memory later on. So I know time is short, Sister Romenita, so I've just got a few questions I'd like to ask you to share with the family that's here on the platform, but also without giving too much away, because I don't even think this interview can give the story itself justice. So, sister, in just a very short, very briefly, can you just tell the family, without giving too much away, what is the story, the cleansing of the souls, all about?
Oh, good evening, everyone. And thank you ever so much for taking the time to look at my book and to, give me the chance to present it on the platform. Really appreciate it. But very briefly, the book itself is about a young boy. He has this desire, but he wants to fly, and somewhere along the line, he's out, walking with his grandmother, and I don't want to give too much of the story.
Oh, please don't.
But it's quite a very small book, and he finds himself in a position as he gets older that he has to make a decision. Now, this decision he has to make is going to impact pretty much everyone. So is it going to be made from a sense of duty, or is it going to be based on love when this decision is made? And after the decision is made, he finds himself having to sort of try to re-establish something that was lost. I don't want to, I've been very vague, but something was lost.
Be vague, sister. Tease us.
Something was lost, and he has now the challenge to re-establish that, as he matures.
Lovely. And you're going to leave it right there. That really is a tease, but I think we'll give the family a little bit more as we go on. So, Sister Romenita, where did the actual story come from, and why did you write it? Was it a vision in the night? Was an experience happened during the day? Where did it actually come from, and then what made you decide to write it down?
Right, that's a bit. The story itself came from a question that my grandson actually asked me, and it's to do with the traffic lights, something really common. I guess everyone knows who invented the traffic light on the platform. Well, if anyone, the first person to say it, I will send them a free copy of my book. The first person to put it in, I will send them a free copy.
Okay, Andrew, look out for that one, please.
And throughout the book,
sorry, sister, Heather Simpson said Garrett Anderson.
Nearly.
No, don't give it.
No. Not quite.
Carry on, sister. Yes. So where the story,
the traffic lights feature quite a bit, and I found that after he asked me that question, I started to write the story. And it's about 3 years later, I actually went to Egypt on a tour with Ashra Kwesi, And once I was there, I found it's so magnificent, the buildings, the structure, everything, and the learning about our ancestors, our background, everything. It really motivated me and inspired me to come back and get that story, write the story again. But the story, the way in which it was written and everything, I have to say it sort of came from the ether, because it wasn't of my own doing. And I know some authors say it, but it's the truth. The characters and everything just took their own way, and I just went along and wrote it, basically.
And even though you've said that, I just want to let the family know that the story, I know you said the book is very small, but it's full of symbolism, it's full of spiritualism, it's full of history, it's full of mythology, biblical and comedic allegory in there. So even though it's short, it captures all of that in there. So it's a wonderful wonderful to be able to capture that without having to have hundreds of pages like often we would find, Sister Romenita. My next question is, you've got some interesting character names, where Niak and Ifa, Nuata, Rabalak, and I thought to myself, I'm always interested in how authors decide on the names of characters. So I don't know if that will give too much away, but maybe just one or two of those names. Where did they come from?
The Aifa is from a place in Africa. Down, I'm trying to think where exactly it's located. It's a long while since I've done all this, but it is somewhere in Africa. And the name, with all the names, the people and the characters, I've sort of altered them very slightly, but they all have an origin that if as you read the story and it unravels, you'll be able to identify where the names are coming from and what they kind of represent.
Lovely. So that's very cryptic, family. So that there within the story, there's a puzzle in itself, which is very good because it links into what I'm going to talk about today about having to use our minds. Thank you for that, Sister Romenita. So what is the message or the intended impact you want for your readers to get from the book?
I really want my readers to sort of question the things that we sort of take for granted around us and change a lot of the paradigms. Just realize that not everything is like set in stone, because a lot of our beliefs and the way in which we look at things are very much based on our tradition, the way we raise everything, and the society in which we live. So the book is designed to just make you think and to question everything around you, and to it's a bit of a history in a nutshell, in a way. So and that's I don't know, it's really is about getting the reader to think and look at where they're at now and what we're doing. And it's also our history as a race of people, it's very hidden. So I've tried to incorporate it in the book in a without being too writing it like a history book, a river story. Really grab the interest of it and to get them interested, so they want to go and look more deeper. Yeah, and
that's so true, because we live in a society where we, and particularly our young people, are taught not to think anymore, not to be reflective, and exactly that's the purpose of your book. So, and I agree with you, you cannot go through that book and not be reflective or meditate on it. So that becomes a learning tool and an experience at the same time as a story. So who is the intended reader, Romenita? Is it children, teenagers, adults, elders, parents?
Oh, wow. I think it's for everybody. I started off initially as maybe adolescents, adults, but others who've read it and read it for the younger ones, and they've actually enjoyed it. It gives the parents a chance to, the children a chance to ask questions, and again, the parents a chance to research and to find the answers for them. It can just be, look, even as a child, the story itself is quite simple on the surface, so they can actually appreciate it themselves, until you start digging a little bit deeper. Also, I know when I did it, because I launched it initially in the Caribbean, and the schools were quite interested because, again, it was it's a very short book. It takes about an hour and a half, maybe two to read to get through it, and yet it has a lot of points of discussion and things to be raised and everything. So yeah, they found that quite interesting. I sort of spoke to them there.
I find it a really good book for parents or elder people to read to children and grandchildren, because I think it's a wonderful, it really bonds the generations together. You see that through the whole book. You've got the child right through to the grandparents there, and it bonds them together. So I think it's a lovely book to read to the younger children who may struggle a bit with it on their own. So that's a wonderful Christmas gift, Kwanzaa gift, everybody, as we try and get closer to us. So Sister Romenita, how can we get hold of a copy of this book?
Well, the book, it's really quite pocket size, and it's very easy to as you've showed it there, it's quite little, it fits in nicely into your pocket, and it's available on Amazon, or I can send ones directly if they want signed copies. And I think my details there, it's on the Flip 57, but Destra, I don't know if you can put it in for me.
I'm going to ask Brother Andrew, I don't have the technology. I'm not.
Okay, it's Destra 1231 at gmail.com. That's the one I'm.
Lovely. Have you been able to put that in, Brother Andrew? Destra 12 at gmail.com.
I put it in several times, and
lovely, thank you.
We've got the Amazon page on the screen now.
Lovely.
Brilliant, lovely. So Sister Romenita, just one last thing I'd like to ask. Well, just before you close, actually, I want to say to the family that the book is beautifully written. It's very colourful. It allows for great imagination and creativity, and it actually draws you into the world that it is created. And I think, Sister Romenita, this is an ideal book to be turned into a film for us, by us, in a future date. And I think others will surely agree with me when they actually read it and pick up the creativity and the beauty in the style it's written and described. But just before we go, Sister Romenita, I would love for you, please, to read for us just a passage from the book, your favorite passage. Tell us first why you've chosen that passage, and then it would be lovely to hear it.
Okay. I think actually I'm going to read the section here, this page, and this is as the story has progressed, just before it sort of culminates and everything comes together. It just talks about the people themselves and what was happening at that time. It's a bit of a chaos, but it's just before as I said, the story pulls all the pieces together for you. So I'm just going to read that bit there.
Thank you.
It's I don't know if you've noticed, but the book itself is beautifully illustrated.
It is, yes.
Yes, throughout. So that'll be great for the little ones as well. Yeah. It says, I'll just start from just this section here. It says, as each cell was transferred, the darkness amassed as one indistinguishable force and covered the earth, awaiting the life force of those sacrificed. Ananka witnessed as the chaos in the street in cities, villages, and towns erupted, and she waited. Vehicles were backed up, swerving as they maneuvered out of the way. People everywhere stood still momentarily as they too were caught up amidst the chaos, and then began moving hurriedly out of the way of the confused, impatient drivers. For those receiving the cell, there was no chaos, for they were infused with the source and could hear the voice of those sent out, leading them to a place of safety. No longer would they exist in a state of confusion, enslaved by the lifeless one. For thousands of years, they'd been fed with food that was not of their native land and blinded by the continual exposure to the stark, cold, white light. Their eyes had become dim, and the blackness no longer offered warmth, life, and knowledge. It only brought on fear, ignorance, and death. Now they were reunited with the source. The white light was no more. Their eyes were open, and all traces of fear, suspicion, and doubt were replaced by serene stillness and clarity they'd never known. Within the blackness of the womb, in a place of safety, deep within the earth, they would wait until the sacrifices had been made for their rebirth and their restoration.
Wow. Mr. Romenita, that opens a lot of imagination, lots of pictures in people's mind. So we now need to know what went before to lead to this and what is the outcome going to be after it. So I want to say thank you very much, Sister Romenita. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to say at this point, but I want to say thank you very much. I know this was very short, but I'd encourage the family to go out and buy our sister's book. It's a very lovely book. It's a very small book, makes a beautiful gift as well. And if anybody anybody wants a signed copy, please put it in the chat. I hope, Sister Romenita, you'll be able to communicate with those people in the chat should they wish to have that. And unless there's anything else you wish to say at this point, I will go back to Brother Andrew. Sister Romenita, is there anything else you would like to say to the family this evening?
Thank you, and thank you all. It's a fantastic, loving platform, and I really appreciate being part of it. But thank you.
Lovely.
All.
Sister Romenita, thank you very much, and I wish you every success in the book. It's a beautiful book to read, and I will continue to encourage the family. Brother Andrew, I'd like you to continue to encourage the family to purchase our sister's book, because the message itself is the beauty of it. Thank you very much, sister.
I was amazed by your feedback, sister, Lady Ma'at. When I asked you how did you find the book, and I was blown. I said, we've got to get this sister onto the show then, man, because you know I receive a lot of books from MK, but the way you responded after reading this book, I said, wow. And knowing that the sister's got such a beautiful heart, she's always giving. She's one of our great supporters on Hidden Truth platform, and to be so talented, it's my duty to try to really let the brothers and sisters see her talent and her beauty and her greatness. So, Sister Romenita, thank you so much. If you can keep putting the link as well, I'll put it in several times. But brothers and sisters, please, let's support our own. Even if we on this one little platform can learn to support each other the best we can, then I'm telling you, man, that's one of our queens there. So to purchase one of those books, $10.99 or $10.58, let's support our queen, brothers and sisters. Let's support our sisters. So if you think, and you know what, Sister Samira is not with us today. That's why you've not seen the links going up. Brother Andrew is no good at doing this by himself. But you know what? We'll try and get through today. But I think Brother Jamie, or someone's been putting in the link as well. Fantastic. So brothers and sisters, you know, if you're feeling Sister Romenita, just drop some ones. If you're loving her spirit and loving her talent, drop some ones, brothers and sisters. But more than that, can we you know, tonight, just purchase the book, man. And I know Sister Alison. So it's Sister Romenita, Sister Alison won the prize today. Sister Heather, who's so quick to the draw, you know, put down the Garrett, but she didn't put down the Morgan, beloved. I'll come in what else the sister put down. The Sister Alison Bassion won the free copy, sister. So I will send you her details, Sister Romenita. And she texted me to say, Andrew, I won. And you know what? My son, and I know her son too. Her son will love this book. So Romenita, you made someone very happy, a mother and a child very happy by being on the show today and winning your book. So brothers and sisters, please make some noise for our queen, Sister Romenita. It's all love. It is all love. It is all love, my brothers and sisters. So as we move on, this is hopefully not gone on a slow right now. This is the book here. Let's support this book, brothers and sisters, as people are still coming through the front door. Brother Chef Kevin, are you in the house tonight? Chef Kevin, I know you've been working hard, man, but Chef Kevin, are you in the house tonight? Are you in the car?
I've just pulled over, brother. I've just got to pull over. You don't know, I've got to pull over and talk.
Oh,